Shelley Davis Mielock from Michelle Image Consulting. Your image is smashing this morning. Can I say that very much? Is that appropriate for a man to say to a woman?
That's lovely. I'll take any compliment. I love it.
You look great. Image Consulting, let's talk about it. Halloween is this Sunday, and a lot of people are going to be going out dressed up in costumes and so forth. What do you think is the hit costume for what image should we go out with to be spooky this year?
Well, I'll tell you what's really in this year is the Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah?
All of that sort of thing. But I really don't want to see anyone wearing a meat costume or a meat dress like she.
Yeah, that sounds kind of gross.
Yeah.
Oh, is this Lady Gaga? Sure. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking I'd dress up in a Brett Favre uniform and go around with my mobile phone with a picture on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. What I would say to you is be careful because that memory could be left in someone's mind the
Yeah.
next time they see you.
I'll put a picture of my foot. How's that?
That's a great idea.
It's about the same size. It's 24 minutes after the hour. What did he say? I want to know, though, seriously now, tonight I'm going to be seeing you out on the town.
Yes, you are. You're going to be at the Toastmasters annual reception, Yon Patrol Toastmasters. You're going to receive our Communicator of the Year award. We're so excited to give it to you.
I can't believe it. I'm so flattered by that.
We are just so impressed by what you do every day, MPS. The award is given to someone outside of Toastmasters who is a leader in the community, who really does a good job at communicating. When we looked at all the people that were brought to us as recommendations, we had to think, okay, why do we want to choose them? And one of the things that came up with you is MPS is so balanced. You never know what he's thinking on the subject. He's just bringing the news to people and letting them make their own decisions, and we really appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much for that. Mayor Bernero was the winner last year?
Yes, yes.
And do I have to give a little talk?
Yes, you're going to give a speech. Yes.
I'm nervous because who could speak in front of Toastmasters? That's what you learn and do. That's what Toastmasters is, right?
Yes, Toastmasters is about speaking, it's about leadership, but it's really, people think, oh, you have to be a great speaker to be in Toastmasters.
Yeah.
That's not the case. It's anyone at any level. And it's not just about the prepared speech, because if you think about life, it's not a series of prepared speeches.
No,
It's
unless you're in politics.
Exactly. But really, most of us are giving what we call impromptu speeches. So say I'm giving a speech one day. Well, there's someone that's going to get up and evaluate me after that. So they have to be able to give constructive feedback on the fly. Here's what you did great. Here's what I think you could work on. That sort of a
So
thing.
by being a member of Toastmasters, you learn to be a better speaker.
Exactly. Whether it's in one-on-one, whether it's up in front of a group. What I love about it is they really help me with the things that people don't tell me. I speak for a living with my image consulting and then, of course, on In Her Shoes.
Yeah.
And people don't come and tell me, here's what we love about the way you're speaking and here's some things you could work on. Toastmasters is going to tell you, you're saying too much, you're standing on one foot, that doesn't show confidence and credibility, your body language. So they're looking at the complete package and really helping you become a better speaker.
So let me get this straight. I'm going to be given an award tonight, give a speech, and then everyone's going to throw darts at me and tell me what I did wrong.
No.
That's all right. I can take it.
They're not going to do that. We're going to just congratulate you and
Thank
celebrate.
you. Where is the event and when?
It's at Studio 1210, which is 1210 Turner in Old Town. 6:30 to 8, 6:30 to 7 is mingling and cocktails, and people can come, pick on you a little bit during that time.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start the program at 7.
I find a spooker before a speech usually helps take the nerves down a little bit. So I'm glad the cocktails are first.
Exactly.
I want to now. Do you like Halloween?
I do.
You got kids and everything.
Yes.
It's all fun.
Yes.
We're going to go right now live to the Capitol, right down the street here, and the reason we're doing that is because the casket and the body of Michigan's first governor,
Okay.
Stevens T. Mason, who was elected in 1835. This is no joke. This is real.
Wow.
Is right down the street from us right now, under the Capitol Rotunda, because they dug him up in Detroit this summer. And in fact, they couldn't find it. They thought they knew where the casket was, and when they went to get it, because they were doing a construction project, it was missing. So they looked around and dug around, and they finally found it. And it's here till tomorrow, and then it'll go back to Detroit for permanent burial. But we sent Amanda Wall on this windy, dark, blustery morning down to the Capitol to look for the casket of Michigan's first governor. What's going on?
Michael, we found it. I walked up the steps of the Capitol as it was lit up. It was kind of creepy, and there's up inside of one of the windows, you could see just one light on. And you walk up this winding staircase, and there's nobody else in the building. And up in the rotunda, there is this roped-off area with a gray casket, which was the casket he was buried in a little while ago.
A little
there's
while
a
ago.
crack in it, and it almost looks like there is going to be a hand that pops out.
It's the original.
This casket.
It's the original old casket.
The very first time he was buried, they had to transfer his remains from that into this casket, and this is the casket that he was just recently dug up in,
Yeah.
and it's where he will be placed back in Detroit.
And you say there's a crack in it?
There is up at the top. It's kind of a dark. The casket's a silvery gray, and it's part of it's kind of worn away and tarnished. There's a little bit of rust, and you can kind of see the primer underneath. But right at the top, there's this big gouge, and it's deep black, and it looks like it's going to go right through into the casket through the metal.
Is there a candelabra sitting on top?
There's not. There are beautiful flowers around it, and it is draped with the Michigan flag, but let's hope that he's in there and not hiding around one of the corners here inside of the
Is it
rotunda.
dark? Is it dark in there?
It's dark outside,
Yeah.
and inside the Capitol, it's beautiful in here, except for there are chandeliers hanging from the ceilings, and it does kind of look like a little bit like a Dracula novel kind of in here right now.
Mm-hmm. Are you alone in there with the body of Governor Stevens T. Mason?
Rachel Chavez is with me. I don't think I could have done it by myself. So our intern came, but when we were downstairs, we thought he was downstairs. We were looking around, and a gentleman did come around the corner, and I have to tell you, it gave me quite a fright.
Did he say, "Good evening," or "Good morning"?
He said to us, "How may I help you?" And then he took us all the way upstairs and showed us Mr. Mason.
Were there other people there looking too, or is it just you two?
It's just us. There is nobody else in the Capitol at this moment.
And you're looking at the casket right now as we speak?
I am. All you can hear is the clock ticking, and then the pitter-patter of Rachel's high heels kind of walking across.
Hold on a minute. Someone is calling in with some advice for you. Who do we have here on line one?
Like, hey, man, I was just calling because I heard that your producer, Amanda, was going to look for some ghostly beings at the Capitol building.
Who is? I recognize that voice. Who is this?
Well, this is Norval, a.k.a. Shaggy Rogers from the old hit TV show Scooby-Doo.
Oh. And you're worried about Amanda because she's down there at the Capitol all by herself?
Like I told am, man, and I just wanted to call and give her some few helpful hints on what to do if she runs into some spooky ghosts. Thanks.
Thank you very much. What? Well, she's listening right now. She's standing right by the casket. What are the tips?
Well, number one, always go with your best pal, so you have someone's arms available to jump in when you get spooked.
She's with Rachel Chavez, and they might be jumping into each other's arms at the moment.
Well, that's good. Number two, don't bring any annoying little puppies with you because you'll probably want to kick them in the face.
Okay. She's listening. Go ahead.
Number three, if a ghost appears, start running. But unlike me, try to avoid running in place.
Yeah, like with the legs going, and yeah, I've seen you do that with Scooby.
Exactly. Number four, try pulling on the ghost's face. They might have a mask on. It could just be a creepy old man or a disgruntled employee.
Yeah, you know what? It could be a disgruntled Capitol employee
That's right.
spooking around there, because they're going to be voted out of office or term limited out, and they don't want to leave.
Absolutely. And
I hadn't
when
thought of that.
Yeah, when all else fails, have a costume like Scooby-Doo and Shaggy do.
Yeah, do you have costumes, Shaggy?
No, we just normally wear our own clothes because we get so spooked out so easily that we just don't want to be spooky guys ourselves.
What was the fifth? What was the fifth piece of advice?
The fifth and final piece of advice is, if your dog starts talking to you, you should probably check yourself into a mental hospital.
Does Scooby talk to you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
So, I should probably get checked in myself.
Okay, well, we'll see you there. Thank you very much for the advice. We'll pass it right along. Amanda Wall's listening right now, and say hi to Scooby for us, will you?
Okie dokie.
Scooby, Scooby-Doo, looking for you. Scooby, Scooby-Doo, where are you?
All right, Amanda, you heard that advice. Have you taken it to heart? Are you minding all of the advice from Shaggy there as you look at the coffin of Stevens T. Mason in the Capitol Rotunda?
I have, and you're really lucky you didn't hear a couple minutes ago because right around the corner there was somebody, and it scared me quite a bit, and there was a little bit of a scream. So I'm hopefully none of the legislators are in the building right at the moment.
Do you think that any second now, Shelley Davis Mielock, Amanda Wall standing there with Rachel Chavez in the dark at the Capitol with the coffin of Stevens T. Mason, Michigan's original governor, elected in 1835, she's going to hear...
It could happen.
Michael, my heart is pounding right now, and I am shaking. I am not kidding you.
And
no more creepy music.
Do you think he's coming out, he's going to want to be reelected? He's going to maybe want to be a write-in candidate 1 week from today when the election comes?
Well, we're going to have a whole bunch of new legislators, so why not? I'm sure he wasn't term limited out. My question is, why is his coffin here? And this is another reason why I'm going to be cremated, because I don't want anyone digging up my coffin and putting me in state anywhere.
It's very mysterious, and you can't look inside the coffin, I wouldn't think, Amanda, right?
Well, it's velvet roped off, and I don't know if I'd want to look inside if I could.
Can you touch it? Can you reach out and touch it, or is it too far behind the rope?
It's a little bit too far, and but it's very intricate, and it looks like if it were flipped around, because right now the hinges for the way that it would open it are facing us. So if you were to peek out, he'd be peeking out on the other side.
Can you take a picture with your mobile phone and bring it back for us?
Yes, I will.
If you get out alive. Amanda Wall's at the Capitol with Rachel Chavez with the casket of Michigan's first governor. And you can go pay your respects today if you like. At 1 o'clock tomorrow, Wednesday, the casket will depart for Detroit for its permanent burial. If he's still in there, that is.
That's right. You never know.
See you tonight. Congratulations on your show, In Her Shoes.
Thank you. We're 1 year this month.
Wow. And the image consulting continues at Shelley Davis Mielock's Michelle Image Consulting. See you at Toastmasters tonight.
Thanks, Michael Patrick.
Thanks for the honor very much. 35 after the hour.